Right friends, welcome back to the third capsule. This is Teesta dispute, and some of the aspects we discussed during editorial discussion, and this is very much important if you look at the strategic relations between India and Bangladesh. So a question is expected in the mains examination. That's why I decided to put forth as a separate capsule, but I would like to go little fast because we discussed during editorial discussion several times. And Bangladesh has got border with the 5 Indian states, and total length is 4097 kilometers, out of which West Bengal shares maximum border with Bangladesh. And if you look at Bangladesh, I have given all the details. 3 main rivers in Bangladesh are Padma, Meghna and Jamuna. This Padma river is Ganges in India, Jamuna river is Brahmaputra in our country. So please understand, Padma is Ganges in our country and Jamuna river is Brahmaputra, and southern coast is Sundarbans mangrove forest, and it is home to Royal Bengal tiger, and this Sundarbans mangroves are situated in both the countries, India and Bangladesh, and much of Bangladesh is vulnerable for flooding. And another important aspect is the population is around 160 to 170 million, and Amar Sonar Bangla, that is national anthem written by Rabindranath Tagore. And look into the river, this is a Teesta. It flows through Sikkim and West Bengal before entering Bangladesh. Ultimately, it flows into Jamuna river, and look into the further details. It originates in Sikkim from Kangse or Pahunri glacier and flows through Cholamu Lake in Sikkim. Cholamu Lake is incidentally the lake at the highest elevation in our country, and after traversing 150 kilometers in the hills, it enters plains of West Bengal, and subsequently it travels, or you can say it flows through 120 kilometers in plains of West Bengal before entering Bangladesh and ultimately flowing into Jamuna river or Brahmaputra, you can say. And here 83% of the catchment lies in Indian side and 17% is in Bangladesh. India has already constructed a barrage which is known as Ghazal Doba barrage for feeding its canals, and Bangladesh has also built a barrage at Dalia for diverting waters for its canals for irrigation. Here the basic problem is no dearth of water during monsoon, but the problem is during lean months. Here estimates suggest that Teesta river has got mean annual flow of 60 billion cubic meters, but significant amount flows during the wet season, and the basic problem is during lean season from October to April or May, right? So the river covers majority of the floodplains of Sikkim, and it covers half a dozen districts in North Bengal, and almost 5 to 6 districts of North Bengal are dependent on Teesta river, right? Then if you look at the historical perspective, some ad hoc arrangement of 39% to India, 36% to Bangladesh, and subsequently in 2011, when our Prime Minister Manmohan Singh visited in 2011, an interim arrangement for 15 years with 42.5% and 37.5% was formulated. But the basic problem is West Bengal Chief Minister is objecting for this agreement. In 2015, Mamata Banerjee visited Dhaka and reassured that it will be solved. Subsequently, Mamata Banerjee is not agreeing to the new arrangement, and now the Chief Minister of West Bengal said, "Your problem is water, not Teesta. I am willing to look at any alternate proposal to address your issues." So there is a change in stance by the West Bengal Chief Minister during the past 5-6 years. Right? And now from Bangladesh perspective, Bangladesh shares 54 of its 57 transboundary rivers with India. After Ganges, Brahmaputra and Meghna river system, Teesta is one more important river for Bangladesh. Teesta river supports nearly 1 crore people in Bangladesh. 1 lakh hectares of land across various districts of Bangladesh are impacted every year because of water shortages, and this is the version of Bangladesh, or you can say this is from Bangladeshi perspective. West Bengal perspective, if you see, the treaty will dry out northern region of West Bengal and hurt Bengal farmers. Bangladesh already has 3 cropping seasons per year. Further, water to Bangladesh will hurt the interests of North Bengal districts. This is the contention of Mamata Banerjee, right? And if you look at India-Bangladesh relations, I am going towards why it is strategically important for India. Here, land boundary agreement, historic agreement, and second important point is Bangladesh-India Friendship Power Company is established basically to develop 1320 megawatt coal based project, but now it appears to be into problems because it is close to Sundarbans. That is different story. Agartala-Akhaura rail link will come up, and this Agartala-Akhaura is being constructed with India's cost. Then extension of railway line from Agartala to Sabroom, and subsequently plans are there to access Chittagong port, and northeast can be accessed from Chittagong port. Then the next point is Bangladesh is cooperating in terrorist related investigations, and because of its support, northeast region is peaceful as far as insurgency is concerned. It is not allowing shelter for insurgents of northeast, and insurgents of northeast normally take shelter in Myanmar. Bangladesh is quite tough on the insurgents, and there is very good cooperation as far as insurgent operations are concerned between India and Bangladesh. Next point is the present government led by Sheikh Hasina of Awami League is maintaining cordial relations with India, and it is one of the very few bright spots for India when we look at the economic influence of China on our neighboring countries. Right, having learned this, now finally why this is strategically important from Indian perspective. I have listed 9 points. If any question is asked, you can quote these points. First one is, you can quote the previously mentioned points also. Agartala-Akhaura rail link, access to Chittagong port, land boundary agreement, Bangladesh-India Friendship Power Company. So, all these things can be quoted. In addition to those aspects, I have listed 9 points here why Teesta is strategically important for India. The first one is, Bangladesh is one of the friendly countries to India, and maintaining close relations is strategically important. Basically, China's economic clout is there on almost every country in our neighborhood. Now, China announced billions of dollars of investment in Bangladesh also, but culture, history, language are binding India and Bangladesh. So, Bangladesh is one of the friendly countries to India, and maintaining close relations is strategically important. The next one is, the secular credentials of Bangladesh came to India's rescue on several occasions, and now the peaceful environment in the northeast is probably due to the support extended by the Bangladeshi government in tackling insurgency problem. Next one is, we concluded the most important land boundary agreement, and if West Bengal government and government of India sit together, this may not be a difficult task. Next point is, Bangladeshi extremist outfits like Jamaat-e-Islami, who has close ties with Bangladesh Nationalist Party. The opposition in Bangladesh is Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and these extremist outfits like Jamaat-e-Islami have got somewhat close links with Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and they may try to precipitate large scale protests around this Teesta river in Bangladesh. Right? Then political mobilization against the current Prime Minister is also not ruled out. Already the opposition says that present government is genuflecting before India. This is the impression carried by the opposition party, and they may try to exploit the situation, and several radical organizations in Bangladesh may try to whip up the passions and try to destabilize some of the fragile regions of northeastern part of our country. Then it is pertinent to note that we share 4096 kilometers of border spanning across 5 states, and it is very much essential to maintain cordial relations with Bangladesh, as future connectivity depends on the relations with Bangladesh. We are going ahead with several projects interlinking India and Bangladesh, like Agartala-Akhaura rail line, as well as there are plans to access Chittagong port also. So, under these circumstances, looking at all these aspects, probably it is not advisable to delay further the Teesta river sharing agreement. Right friends, with this let us conclude the third capsule. Have a nice day. Thank you.